Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
It's good to have you here tonight. I'm Whitney Ward. Well, Washington Governor Jay Inslee was in Spokane today. He toured Stevens Elementary School as part of his statewide tour to see how learning works for teachers and students who have returned to the classroom under COVID-19 restrictions. The governor visited with several different classrooms, asking teachers and students their thoughts about returning to the classroom. Both shared how glad they are to be back in person. Teachers even explained the challenges with virtual learning, adding they're relieved to finally be back in real person life.
Having these small class sizes, the kids get so much every day.
Yeah.
It's been amazing just getting to work with smaller groups and just then sending them home where they already know the lesson. I find that what they do at home then actually matters more than trying to teach a lesson online and the internet breaking up. We were just running over and over again. Now we can teach a lesson in person and they actually have something to do when they go home, they're ready.
Another teacher told the governor she felt very confident making the return to in-person learning. She attributes that to the clear expectations and protocols the school administrators provided before students came back to class. Our Amanda Rowley was one of only a few reporters approved to follow the governor on this tour today. She will share more about his visit coming up tonight on KREM 2 News at 5.
You had an idea. What's your idea?
Your hard work is the best.
My hard work is the best? Holy cow. Today,
So as Governor Inslee gets to name someone as the most inspirational Washingtonian of the day, and today he chose Jesse Jones from Stevens Elementary for those kind words. Jesse was gifted with the governor's Washington Apple pin. Nicely done, Jesse. How cute is that?
Yeah.
Well, 36 bus drivers for Spokane Public Schools are actually off of work right now, and that's after a number of bus drivers have tested positive for COVID or were at least exposed to the virus. Now, according to Durham School Services, 18 team members tested positive for COVID. 18 have also been exposed to the virus and are still quarantining, awaiting their test results. Durham has more than 180 employees at its Spokane location, meaning about 20% of drivers are out right now. Substitute drivers are currently running those routes of those employers who are out. Well, today the Spokane Public School District did release a statement on that bus driver outbreak, reading in part, "At this time, there are no indications that transmission occurred on school buses. SPS is continuing to work with the Spokane Regional Health District on contact tracing within our district and will provide updates to SPS families as soon as they become available."
A COVID-19 variant first discovered in South Africa has now been detected in King County. The patient first tested positive on January 29th. Then yesterday, on February 22nd, the variant was detected. It was identified through genomic sequencing at the UW Medicine Virology Laboratory. The person's travel history was not made available because the person was not able to be reached through contact tracing efforts. The South African variant was first identified in December. It has now been found in 10 states in the U.S. At this time, it is not known if this variant is more dangerous or more contagious. It can reduce the effectiveness, though, of the vaccines. But according to the Department of Health, vaccines still provide strong protection against severe illness and death.
Now, I did reach out to the Spokane Regional Health District today. So far, I was told there are no confirmed cases of the variant here in Spokane County. In the meantime, the mass vaccination clinic at the Spokane Arena back up and running today.
Yeah, the site was forced to shut down last week when there was a delay in vaccine shipments. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones confirmed that arena has now received more than 8,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine. He joins us now live with an update on how this first day back looked. Brandon.
Well, Tom, Whitney, you can still see people are behind me here at the arena in line for their vaccination. And as you mentioned, things have been unclear at the Spokane Arena for the last few days as they were waiting for those delayed shipments of the vaccine to get into our state. Today, normal business has resumed, and that means thousands of people are eager to receive their vaccines. Earlier this morning, I hopped in my car and I wanted to come check out the situation myself. When I got here, I was a bit surprised, and so were the people who were waiting in line to receive their vaccine. A line with hundreds of people wrapped around the building. Some were on crutches, some were in wheelchairs. all of them trying to pack as much patients as they possibly could. Appointments that were originally scheduled to take place last week were rescheduled starting this morning and will continue through this Saturday, February 27th. Winter storms across the country kept shipments from entering Washington last week. All 4 mass vaccination clinics throughout the state were impacted. The Spokane Arena had to stop its operations for multiple days.
My appointment was for 10:50, and I got an email saying to come at 12 or a little after. And so I got here at 11:30 just to be safe. And this is the line. It's so long, and it's a little bit chilly.
Patients who were impacted are supposed to be contacted directly by the Department of Health. The DOH is promising that anyone who had an appointment will not lose their opportunity to get the vaccine. And I did reach out to officials at the arena to get an estimate on how many people they were able to get vaccinated today. Those numbers are still being tallied up, but out of the 8,000 doses, 4,000 will be used this week, and the other half is designated for the following. This week, they're asking for patience as they squeeze in last week's vaccines as well. And as I did mention, I had an opportunity to just kind of walk up and down the line. I spoke with several people who told me, you know, they're just excited to finally be able to get their vaccine. You'll hear from them a bit more coming up in the 5 p.m. newscast. Live from the arena, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. In the meantime, public health officials in Idaho provided an update also this afternoon on that state's vaccine push. Earlier today, the state announced that only those who live or work in Idaho can get vaccinated in Idaho. Health officials explained this is due to demand far exceeding vaccine supply in the state.
Given the limited number of doses Idaho is receiving, we want to make sure Idahoans who live and work here have as much access to the vaccine as possible, so we can stop the spread of COVID-19 in our state. That is why the state of Idaho is now requiring that those seeking COVID-19 vaccines in the state should either live or work in Idaho.
Officials also said all vaccine doses delayed by last week's severe weather should be arriving by tomorrow. We'll have more on Idaho's vaccine push in our 5 and 6 o'clock newscasts a little bit later tonight. In the meantime, crazy weather across the inland Northwest. Sunny right now, but just, gosh, what, less than 20 minutes ago, Tom, we saw that it was snowing, at least up here on the South Hill. That's kind of been the message of the day, because look at that. You'd never know that the snow was falling just a few minutes ago.
Just beautiful.
Yeah.
And we are going to see isolated thunderstorms as well possible tonight, at least until the sun sets, which is at about 5:30 this evening. That would bring us some of that graupel, which kind of looks like a soft hail or snow pellets. Let's do this. We're looking for, again, scattered snow and isolated thunderstorms today. It is snowing pretty heavily down around Plummer, Idaho right now. Look for wind, rain, and snow Thursday and Friday. Could get 1 to 2 inches of snow on Thursday. And then we'll look for a partly cloudy and dry weekend. At least that's the way it's shaping up. We're at 37 degrees, and when you've got that wind out of the southwest at 13 miles per hour, those people waiting in line down at the arena, they said it felt a little chilly. It is chilly. And of course, with that wind blowing, it makes that 37 feel even colder. There's that snow that I was talking about, and you can see it moving into areas of northern Idaho around the St. Mary's, Plummer, Worley area. Nothing falling right now in the Spokane region, but as we get a closer look, you can see that, again, down in northern Idaho, St. Mary's, Plummer, and Worley, we're getting the snow. Looks like maybe a little snow south of Colville and a little north of Inslee. We'll look for decreasing convective or decreasing thunderstorm activity once the sun sets tonight. Again, that's at about 5:30. And I think the cloud cover may clear out, and we may just get foggy conditions overnight with a low of 23. If we burn the fog off tomorrow, should see a daytime high of 39 and mostly sunny skies for the weekend. Right now looks dry, 38 on Saturday and 40 on Sunday. I'll check the rest of your 7-day forecast coming right up.
I like the sunshine, Tom. Thank you so much. Well, for more than 20 years, Tim Eyman has made a name for himself in Washington politics by promoting anti-tax ballot measures. But a recent court ruling found he also made money for himself, money that he did not disclose. A judge fined Eyman millions for campaign finance violations. So our reporter Casey Decker talked with Eyman in depth about that ruling and what it means for his future. He also talked with the state attorney general who prosecuted the case.
I think my original sin was being successful as a conservative activist and voters consistently voting for these initiatives.
And I've got a newsflash for Tim Eyman. He's not special. The rules do apply to him.
You can hear more from both interviews tonight right here on KREM 2 News coming up at 6 o'clock.
Well, two brothers out of Sandpoint, Idaho have been creating custom harp guitars. And coming up after the break, we meet the pair that is making sounds created locally but known worldwide.